Hey guys, and welcome back to the Red4 Unplugged podcast. Today we're joined by Mark and Karen from MMS. But before we get straight to it, if you watch on YouTube, remember to give us a like, subscribe, pop any questions or comments for Mark and Karen in the comments box below. So welcome to the podcast.
Hi, Shaw.
Hi, Shaw. Thank you for having us.
You're so welcome. How are you doing today?
We're both very well.
Yeah, we're good, thank you.
Good to hear, Brill. So I'm super excited to podcast with you today. So you're both from MMS. So first of all, tell us a bit about who are MMS.
Yeah, sure. So MMS, we are marine instrumentation suppliers, and we supply product to ship owners and ship managers all around the world from our office in Upton.
Fab.
So we supply what's called decking engine spares. So that's products such as pressure gauges to pressure transmitters, gas detectors to valves, pumps and motors, that type of thing.
Yeah.
We also have a service side to our business, a service and repair side. So ships can land products to us, like torque wrenches, gas detectors, and then we will send them to different calibration labs. They'll calibrate them for us, send it back to us, and then we deliver it back to the ship safely.
No way, so you basically do a bit of everything, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. As I was saying, I mean, ships are basically like floating factories. So they have lots of different categories, lots of different departments, which all need spares. And we can help look after them, can't we?
Yeah.
Oh, fab.
And by the way, we're married. Just in case we didn't say that and people weren't aware. We're a couple.
I'm super excited to get a bit more into that. But before we do, obviously, this is sort of a family-run business. I understand, Mark, you set the business up.
Yeah.
Sort of tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, so obviously I've been working since I was 19, working for different companies, and I actually set up MMS as a self-employed person, helping other companies. But then I got to a point where I realised I didn't like the culture of those companies.
Okay.
And I thought, well, I want to create my own culture, create my own values. And so, yeah, I set up, went limited in 2013, just on my own from my bedroom. And then it sort of took off, and I needed Karen's help then. So Karen gave up her job.
I was working full time and then coming home of an evening, doing all the admin. So I had 2 jobs at that time.
You did.
But obviously, as things grew, the business became more successful and it could take me on as well. So 2015, I went full time as well, working with Mark.
Amazing. So is it something you've always had the passion for?
I mean, it is. I mean, I've been in the shipping industry since I was 19. I'm now 50 years of age, and you know, I never thought about wanting to have my own company.
Yeah, just kind of evolved from there.
Yeah, I didn't think I could do it really, but sort of building up that knowledge and expertise and experience, and then building up relationships with customers and suppliers, you sort of gain a confidence. And yeah, in 2013 I thought, you know what, I'm going to go for this, and I did
Love
it.
that.
And we're 8 years old in October, and it's been one of the best things I've ever done, really.
Love that. You've thrown yourself in the deep end and gone for it.
Yeah, and I get to work with the best person in the world, which is Karen.
You guys are the sweetest thing.
It is. It's so nice to, you know.
Oh no, that is so lovely. Like, you get to work together. It's your passion, and you're a couple as well. So it's just.
Yeah.
I love it. So what has sort of made you decide to branch out on podcast? Obviously, this is sort of an alternate way to promoting your business, if you like. What sort of made you go in that direction?
Yeah, well, obviously the pandemic has had this huge effect on everything we do. We can't go and meet our customers face to face at the moment. Last year, we spent a lot of time contacting customers by phone and email. We did an exhibition virtually online instead of in person. And we did a video for that. And one of the challenges we set ourselves, Mark had to try and describe what we did without actually using any words, just actions. And it was quite quirky, and we got a really good reception from the exhibition staff and other suppliers. And we just thought we could do this. We could maybe do something else that would be quite funny and quirky. And I've just realised how powerful social media can be.
Absolutely.
I've never really engaged with it before. When we stopped going on Facebook, and
I've never been on Facebook.
Have you not?
I think I'm the only person in the world who's never been on Facebook. But Twitter and Instagram have sort of dabbled with them.
Yeah.
I never thought about it from a business side.
Yeah,
really.
I think they've really taken off, especially in the past few years. And like we said with COVID, everyone sort of had to move online. Do you know what I mean? To sort of potentially stay afloat, or pardon the pun. But that's what.
Yeah, I used to be on Twitter, and then Twitter can get a bit toxic, so I stopped going on Twitter. And but recently I've been doing, like most people have on YouTube, and doing some workouts.
Yes, I've been doing that during lockdown as well. I feel like that has sort of got me through. You can do it in the comfort of your own home as well.
It's brilliant. So last year I did sort of Joe Wicks and a few other things, but really I'm not his target audience. So some of the exercises he did I couldn't keep up with. But I've since found a trainer over in Canada, and she's fabulous, and it's called Fit and Fierce Over 40.
I love that.
And she's brilliant, and she really engages with all the clients, so you can join up, be part of her Patreon community. She'll send you a month's worth of workouts to do.
Oh my God, that's fab.
You check in on YouTube after you've done the workout, and she replies, and she's just so enthusiastic.
Love that interactive. You feel involved, even though you've never met her. Obviously, she's in Canada.
Yeah, she's on the west coast of Canada. Yeah, she's encouraging me to do exercise every day.
No, I love that,
and it's brilliant. And Mark's been doing it as well. And
Yes, Mark.
Yeah.
Getting active.
Yeah. But we just thought, how can she's reached such a big audience? She's really dynamic and enthusiastic, and we thought, well, we'd like a little piece of that.
We want a part of that with our customers.
Absolutely.
That interaction is what we're after.
Yeah.
Absolutely, and showing you fab personalities behind the brand as well. Love it. So talk us through, I know you touched on like company values, and you wanted to, make a company that was really had a good ethos and that sort of thing. Talk us through some of those core values.
Yes, so on our website it'll mention things like values of fairness, kindness, dependability, professionalism, and these are all the things that I think I am. Every day you want to be a better person, and I just think about MMS is a business that is there to help people. That's all we're about, really. There's lots of companies out there doing what we do. How do we stand out from the crowd? Rev4 are going to help us do that, but it's our personality. And it's about caring for your job, and caring for the people that you're working with. Yeah, and our business can be really sort of matter of fact or black and white.
Yeah,
a person can send you an inquiry, you can send the quote, they send you the order, you send them the goods, and that's the whole transaction done.
Yeah.
But I think I'd like to get to know that
you
person
don't really
a bit
get
more.
To know them on a personal level, I suppose. So this is really nice for you guys.
And I think, why can't I get to know you on a personal level?
And make that relationship as well. Because sometimes you don't even see the face of people, that you're communicating with, do you?
No. And it's, so there's those sort of values are what we instill in the business and what we instill in our staff. And, we're in a fortunate position that we can pick and choose who we want to work with.
Yeah.
So we can pick and choose our suppliers. So if any of them aren't very nice to us, or we don't have to deal with them again. And same with customers.
Yeah.
And we try and pick people who share our values, really.
Love that. I think that's really important, isn't it?
Yeah, because I think it's about the journey, isn't it? It's not just the end result of you delivering the goods. It's how you interact with people, and we're all human, and we all want these connections. So that's the way to be, isn't it? It's
Absolutely. I feel like that is important, being able to, have those core values like kindness and things like that. Like, it doesn't cost anything for manners at the end of the day, does it?
They're simple things, aren't they?
Yeah, simple things, but people are going to always remember, MMS, they were really lovely when I spoke to them and that sort of thing. So it gives you guys a fab reputation as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, hopefully.
Let me tell you it does, guys. And as a company, what is your goal in terms of a great customer service?
I think it's obviously helping purchasers achieve their goals.
Yeah.
So whatever their goal might be, they need to get a spare part to a ship because it's critical, it needs to be there the next day. We'll pull out all the stops to try and help them get it there.
Oh my God, that must be chaos.
Yeah, I mean, purchasers, they must receive hundreds of different requisitions a day. Lots of different things going across their desk. If they can throw something to us and we'll take care of it for them and they don't have to worry about that, then we're making their job easier. That's basically what we do, isn't it?
It is. It's just making that purchasing process really smooth, a little bit of fun, and knowing that we want our customers to give us an inquiry and think, by I've give that to MMS. I know that's going to be dealt with. I can move on to something else.
Yeah.
That's what we're hoping.
I think as well, like you've delivered that all round great customer service. The customer's then going to think we're going to go back there. Do you know what I mean? It's a smooth process.
Yeah.
All happened, you know, no faff and great people to work with.
Yeah, and if there are mistakes, it's all about how you react.
Yeah, how you handle them is so important.
As a small business, we're able to react really quickly, and we're very flexible. We can change things. We've got obviously really good quality procedures in place, but we've got the flexibility because we're the decision makers. We can change things. We can react. We can meet customers' needs. We can be really responsive.
Yeah.
I love that, Fab. And tell us a bit about what makes MMS stand out from other competitors.
I think it's our. I think there's a few things. One of them is our flexibility.
Yeah.
We can react really quickly to customers' inquiries. We can drop everything at a moment's notice to deal with something that's really important.
Yeah, the customer comes first.
Yeah, we've got really good processes in place, and some of these bigger companies, there's a process to when they receive an inquiry. It's put into the system.
Oh, okay.
Then a couple of days later, it's given to someone to handle. MMS isn't like that. So it's all about that quick reactiveness to
effectiveness,
getting
straight to the point.
And you add to that, Kaz?
Yeah, and after sales as well.
Yeah.
Once we've delivered your order, we don't just forget about it. If you've got any problems, come back to us. Any technical questions, any advice. We're here.
To help.
Yeah, we're here to help. We just love to help people, and there's nothing more frustrating than when something goes wrong, and that's times when we maybe get a bit mad because somebody's let us down, and we feel as though we're letting the customer down, and them times are quite hard, and it's how you sort it out, isn't it? How
Absolutely,
you deal with it,
how you handle the situation,
and how you react to it.
Yeah, how you move forward and how you handle it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fab. And what does the sort of future hold for MMS? Is the future looking bright?
Yeah, hopefully.
We're here. We're still here. The pandemic's been on.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. There's been a global pandemic, and here you are sailing on top.
Yeah, it's been a tough sort of 15 months for us, but we've to use another poem, we're
smooth
sailing. And for the future, hopefully this being with Rev4, our collaboration is the start of it really, because we just want to continue to grow as people. We want our business to grow. We want to build more relationships with our customers and suppliers. And we just want to have more fun doing it.
Absolutely love that.
We love what we do. I love selling what we sell. Mm-hmm. It's a really good industry. The marine industry is fab. It's like a big family.
Well, it absolutely shines through from the pair of you. I can tell you're so passionate about it. I absolutely love it. So moving on, you two now are, obviously you mentioned earlier, you guys are a couple, and I'm living for this. So we're going to get some little couple questions thrown in there, because I know everyone watching, we all want to know. We're all nosy. So I'm going to fire away a few questions here. So first of all, what is it like working together as a couple? How is it?
Well, I think it's just a natural progression. It's as life partners, we obviously get on really well. We've been together 31 years.
Oh.
So we've got similar skills, but we've also got skills that can complement each other. Mark would never have asked me to come and work with him if I didn't have the skill set.
Yeah.
Obviously, and we always think MMS is a third person. We don't work for each other, we work for MMS.
Oh, okay. I like how you look at that.
That sort of helps us think, well, what's best for the company?
Yeah.
If there's any decisions that need to be made, it's not what's best for Karen or Mark, it's what's best for MMS, and that can help us make decisions, can't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's, as I said, coming to work each day and working with Karen, and it's our work, it's 24/7 to some extent. We go to work and then you can bring it home with you. Yeah, we know where to draw the line, when to become a couch potato and sit down.
Yeah, so you just sort of come home and you're like, right, work for the day, we're done, we're going to relax, put our feet up, put the kettle on.
Yeah, it was a bit harder when you first started working from the bedroom, and I used to come home and there'd be a pump in the hallway or something like that.
Yeah.
The garage was overtaken by stock, and I'd be sitting doing invoice and watching TV of a night. But now we've obviously grown, we've got more people, we can outsource some of the specialties, so we're in a better place now. So we've got premises, we come home, we can forget about the day to day. Sometimes we'll strategise maybe at home, because that's the time when you can
A
forget
little
about
brainstorm or something.
yeah, forget about the day to day, and you can't ever separate the two.
I suppose you can
They
never
always
truly
overlap.
switch off, if
Yeah.
you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
they kind of marry together in some senses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I suppose it's always sort of there, but it's good that you can draw the line and you can sort of have your home life and then your work life, and if the two marry together, then so
Yeah.
be it.
So, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, some friends of mine say there's no way I could ever work with my husband or work with my wife.
Oh no, I think it's so lovely that you do.
But it's just natural to us. It's not. It was no big leap, really, was it?
No, I mean, Karen's my best friend. You know, and
This is so
better thing than
heartwarming.
to work with your best mate. And yeah, as I say, we know each other's strengths and weaknesses. Karen's the strong one, I'm the weak one. But no, it's just it's a really nice. You know, we've got our
that.
personal journey. Now we're on this business journey, and
It's a good
I love
dynamic.
it. I love it. It's a good dynamic. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. So who would you say wears the trousers in the relationship then?
Well, I would answer that by saying that we've got a leg in each trouser, each pant leg. But I don't know.
Half and half.
It's half and half, I
Yeah.
think. Because, as I say, there's times when I'll seek Karen's advice about something because I'm unsure about something
Yeah.
or unsure about what to do. And Karen's really good sounding board to bounce off and listen to her. I value her opinion so much, you know. So, and Karen's really good at what she does, the aspects of the business that she looks after, and I think I'm really good at what I do, and it just complements each other.
Yeah, so both your skill sets really work hand in hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think. Excuse me. I don't think there's ever been a time where we fell out over a decision. We just always chat and talk through things. Persuade the other person to maybe compromise a bit. There's never been anything where we've just come to blows or thought, right,
Yeah.
well, we can't make a decision. We both are so at the opposite ends.
Yeah, both set in your
Yeah,
ways. You both,
yeah.
you know, listening to the other one, taking advice and moving on from there.
We've
Yeah.
never slept in separate bedrooms because of work.
Put it that way.
Yeah.
Well, no,
No.
we don't bear grudges, and
No.
but I'd like to think that we can give constructive criticism to each
That's
other
good.
as well.
Yeah.
Love that.
And we can take it on board.
Yeah.
Eventually.
So you both sort of play separate roles then when it comes to MMS. Is one of you more the organised person, or is one of you more what are the skill sets?
Yeah, so Mark's definitely the sales side because that's what he's always done. He's a bit more technical than me, although because we're in a small office and we are small business owners, lots of things overlap.
Yeah.
I can always step in to do Mark's job, do some sales if he's not in the office, if he's in a business meeting or whatever. So we can always complement each other that way.
Yeah, and Karen looks after the financial side of things. We have a quality thing called ISO 9001, so Karen looks after that, which is really important for the company. So, yeah, and Karen looks after, you know, sales invoices and purchase invoices, that type of thing. So, yeah, I mean, and I can't really quite fit into Karen's role. I used to run it all myself, and now as we've grown bigger, you know,
You've
Karen
both sort of got your own little things.
Yeah.
yeah, but
And we've also learnt to outsource things as well. At the
Yeah.
beginning, we did everything. It's like look after the IT, look after HR, look after employment contracts. But eventually you realise you can't do everything and you've got to let some of them skills be outsourced to somebody else.
Yeah.
So we have an IT company, helps us with cybersecurity. They're there at the end of a phone call if we need help, if systems go down. We've got HR consultant who helps us. So I think it's really important as business owners to outskill certain aspects,
definitely.
not try and do everything yourself.
Yeah, I've heard that before. A lot of the time, you try and do everything yourself,
Yeah.
but often it is better to outsource
Yeah.
to, you know, experts in that sort of area, isn't it?
Yeah.
plus, sometimes you'll find that you're actually in the business. Me and Karen should definitely be on the business.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we should be looking down at it with a bird's eye view and seeing
Yeah.
where we want to grow, strategise where we want to be this time
Instead of
next year.
getting caught up with the runnings type of
You're
thing.
just getting caught up in the runnings and you just become a bit blinkered then. I mean, that is important. You do need to do that. But, yeah, it's definitely
It's
outsourcing.
good to have the outside sort of looking in
Yeah.
kind of view of the business, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Fab. And was there anything you sort of discovered about each other when you started working together?
I never knew somebody could type so hard on a keyboard. I mean, you
Little
need...
things you didn't know that annoyed you about your partner? No way. Heavy-handed are you, Mark?
Yeah.
I didn't think it was. She's looking around for like a really quiet keyboard for me. I didn't know Karen was such a good multitasker. I mean, we were chatting about some job the other day, and when I looked up from my screen, she was actually had a Pilates mat out, doing downward dog, while she's talking to me about, and she's foam rolling. So you're quite a good multitasker, aren't you?
God, this is just such a good dynamic. I'm absolutely living for it. I mean, these are things that you would never know about your partner unless you work with them. Like the typing thing, a lot of couples probably don't know that.
But also, I mean, Mark is really passionate about what he does.
Yeah, absolutely.
In our personal life, I know that he's very caring, whether it's family members or strangers on the street.
Oh.
But to see him do that in work environments as well.
It's just nice.
Yeah, he's very committed, very passionate about making sure customers get what they want, get what they've ordered. So much so, if a supplier's set him up, he can be a bit angry.
Upset me.
Yeah, sorry, upset you.
Yeah.
He can be maybe a bit angry with suppliers. So we do have a rule. He's not allowed to tell suppliers off if he's in the office with us. He has to pick up the phone and go in the other room, and we don't have to hear him shouting them.
No.
Just because he's passionate.
Oh,
he
no,
wants
I think that's super important. If you're not passionate about what you do, then where's it going? Do you know what I mean? You've got to have the passion and the drive in order to make it a success.
Yeah, definitely. And on the serious side for Karen, I mean, Karen's such a good leveller. I always knew she was a professional person, well organised. She's super organised at home, so I knew there was going to be no difference about that in work. But she just, if I'm getting a bit stressed about a job, I know I can talk to Karen. She'll calm it down. She'll sort of split it up and think, right, what's important, what's not so important, prioritise, do this first, do that. It's just
making structure. Do you think it's brought you together closer as a couple then, kind of working together?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, we've had a really good bond.
You've had that close bond anyway, but as this kind of, I suppose it's another area of your relationship. Like a lot of couples who don't work together don't have that sort of side to the relationship as well.
We never really kept things separate though. We'd always lean on each other for support anyway. I was the type of person, whatever job I had, I'd maybe come home and discuss about it as well.
Yeah, have a bit of a rant.
You need to sound off sometimes, don't you? And,
absolutely.
Stressful jobs, and so we've always discussed work. We've never just come in and shut the door and that's a separate life.
Yeah. It's important they kind of merge into the two, don't they?
Yeah, we're there to support each other.
Yeah, definitely.
Love that. Well, take us back to the start. I'm kind of flipping it on its head now. Where did you guys meet and kind of where did it go from there? You've been together all these years. We want to know
what nursery
the romance.
Was
it? You went to nursery?
No.
Oh, that's getting so...
No, we did meet in school, and it's quite a funny story because...
In high school?
Sixth form.
In sixth form.
I went to an all-girls school, but then the sixth form I went to was mixed. So I'd never seen boys before.
Oh. Did you go to an all-boys school as well?
No, I went to a mixed school, and I stayed on at school, and my best friend, I won't mention his name, but his name was Gary. He absolutely fancied the pants off Karen. And I think it was one Valentine's Day, he made me put a Valentine's card in Karen's coat pocket on the back of her chair, which I was...
But from him?
From him, which I was going absolutely mad about, because I really like Karen.
Oh no.
So I put it in, and I think one day Karen had left the school folder at home.
Had you told Gary, actually I really
no,
fancy
because
Karen?
he got in there first.
So you didn't want to say?
No, and I think Karen left the folder at school one day, and Gary took it round to Karen's house, and then...
You thought, oh, my chance is gone.
But then one of my other best friends went out with one of Karen's best friends, and I used to see them quite a bit, and they said to me, who do you fancy at school? And I said, Karen. He said, right, okay. And Justine, her name was. She said, right, I'm going to make that happen. And so it was.
The rest is history.
Yeah.
The rest is history.
Oh my God.
So I was 18, Mark was 19.
Yeah.
Oh, and literally you've been together ever since.
Yeah, I mean, I did disappear to Hull to university for 4 years.
Yeah.
So we'd been seeing each other for a couple of months. I went off to university and we just thought, well, let's see where it goes. And then Mark became a part-time student because he was at home most weekends.
Yeah.
He had more of a student life than me. While I was busy studying, he'd be out.
Oh my God, I love that. Yes, Mark.
Yeah.
Living it up in Hull.
Student life's a brilliant life.
Oh
Was
my
you,
God.
was you
I was never a student, but I wanted it just for the lifestyle, and I know that's kind of the wrong reasons, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, it's
that's
totally
perfect
why I
reasons.
went. Totally why I went.
I never saw Karen do any work.
Just party all the time. Oh, I
Yeah.
love that. Well, this is such a heartwarming story, and I'm absolutely living for it. We're definitely going to get you back on to podcast again. We've actually mentioned before this, anyone watching or listening on Spotify, we're going to have Mark and Karen come back on, and we're going to do maybe, you know, some exciting little challenges, or maybe a cheeky little Mr. and Mrs. Remember that. Keep your eyes peeled. And we're going to get you guys back on and have a
brilliant.
ball, basically.
Yeah.
It's been so lovely having you on today.
No,
Oh, it's
thank
been
you.
brilliant, thank
We're
you.
really looking forward to it.
Oh,
Yeah,
thanks
thanks
guys
so
so
much.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. But for now, guys, we will catch you in our next podcast. Bye.
Bye.